This Valentine's episode, Love is on Obi-Wan's Mind. We talk about what Star Wars should do with Cara Dune, and we get some voice actor royalty in an episode. I'm Brian Carey, and this is Cannonballs, a comedy podcast where we review all the Star Wars media that Disney has deemed canon, including books, comics, TV, and movies. I'm joined by my co-hosts, Tudor Petku, Nick Carey, and the collection of half-truths and hyperbole known as Matt Martirosian.
Pull up! All craft, pull up! It's a trap!
All right. There's we'll call this week Brian and the single men. Welcome.
Hey man, I'm dating myself. All right.
First of all, don't just put me on blast like that on the internet, Brian.
I'm sorry. Me of course not single, but I'm very lucky that I've got actually I don't want to throw the other girlfriends under the bus, but my girlfriend let me do the podcast tonight.
Let's
We
go.
know where your priorities lie.
It's a shame that Wes and Steph he couldn't show up. I'm sure he's spending quality time with his mother on Valentine's Day.
Aaron is in the chat. Maybe him and his Steph are using the podcast to get in the mood. We'll see.
Aaron's with Steph. Aaron's with Wes's mom on Valentine's Day.
You didn't know
What's
Aaron
that?
had his own Steph?
There's too many Stephs, man.
I did have a dumb kind of Star Wars Valentine question and a more fun, but who is your Star Wars Valentine? If you could give a Valentine to a Star Wars character.
Is it even close?
Ahsoka Tano.
Ahsoka Tano?
You make Bo-Katan and Ahsoka Tano? Like, did you combine them? The one Ahsoka Tano? So actually no, Nick's on to something here. So is it Bo-Katan with lightsabers, or it's Ahsoka Tano as a Mandalorian?
She's got like the helmet on, but her tentacles are just hanging out the back.
What about the green lady with the two lightsabers? That
Oh, Ayla Secura. Or blue?
yeah, that one. Yeah, blue, green.
Dude, that's like such a
sea,
color.
more like a sea foam kind of color.
That's right.
You know.
I've always been a fan of Steve.
If I'm going male though, I'll go Kit Fisto.
Oh yeah, that's good. Well, that's gonna lead us. Well, let me give mine. It is Poe Dameron from the sequels. Love me some Poe Dameron.
Sequels exist? I thought we were not talking about them
We're
anymore.
anti-sequel. But you guys may need to look up these characters, Tudor and Nick. But we're gonna do the most romantic Valentine's question: fuck, marry, kill.
Ooh.
All right.
Okay.
So Plo Koon, Kit Fisto, or Kiadi Mundi.
You should have come prepared and put these like on the screen for me.
Yeah, I thought about that as we were going live. But,
I don't even know how to spell them.
Definitely, I think it's well, it depends. Like, are we talking like in Clone Wars? Because I'm not gonna. I'll fuck the Clone Wars version of Kit
here, you know
Fisto.
what I could do too?
Not the
I'll
movie
put it
version.
in the text channel for you. Marty, you keep talking about who you want to fuck, marry, or kill.
Wait, yeah,
I think. Well,
Tallhead, right?
General Tallhead.
yeah, even yeah.
Okay.
Top.
Okay. So I don't know. He's up there. I might marry him just because I loved General Tallhead as a kid.
Well, I agree with that. He's kind of witty too. He seems like an overall like cool guy.
I'd marry him. He's got such a tall head.
Fisto, like his voice is
Oh,
just
we
kind of
did lose the
dreamy.
video. Thanks, Aaron.
I'll fuck Kit Fisto and then kill Plo Koon.
All right, guys.
Yeah.
I can't put the rest in chat because we lose the video when I do that. But
Oh no.
Yeah.
I'll kill him. So which one do we need? Plo Koon?
yeah, that's the last one. Or Kit.
I got them. Jeez, these are pretty hard.
So I think I'm in agreement
Or
with...
are you hard, Tudor?
Yeah, I mean, it's just overwhelming. I'm getting analysis paralysis here. Too many options.
So
I'm just trying to get creative in what I can do with their appendages.
Orifices, appendages. I got you. So I agree with Marty. I kill Plo Koon. I don't think there's much you could make up for with what he's going on. What he's got going on. You gotta fuck Kit Fisto. Handsome Kit Fisto from Clone Wars, specifically.
Yes.
And marry
Major
Kiadi
distinction.
Mundi.
Well, I got one right. if this was like a test.
I was gonna say, is this how you find your soulmates, Brian? You like Sarah just got a questionnaire.
I show her
and it was
those
like
3
fuck, marry,
pictures,
kill, and
and
she
I'm like,
answered correctly.
There's one right answer. So let's get to some somewhat more serious, but I'd appreciate a joke answer. What do we do with Cara Dune? Gina Carano,
Sounds
thankfully,
like Cara Dune.
out of the picture.
Cara
So Gina
Dune.
Carano's character in Mandalorian. If you don't know, one, she had some election fraud theories when the election was going on. Shitty. But compared the plight of being a Republican to being a Jew during the Holocaust. So she's out. Tudor, this seems like news to you.
What? Yeah, I mean, I'm not following because The Mandalorian is the worst show on television currently. So I don't really give a shit about
it's a baby
what the,
show for
whatever.
babies, I think you once said.
It is a show for babies. Star Wars, all of it is for babies. You know, you're all a bunch of babies for talking about it.
Tudor, actually,
Really?
while everyone thinks about their Cara Dune, what we should do with, you wanna pimp some of your own stuff?
Pimp some of my like you. What do you mean? Like my music?
Yeah.
And stuff like that. Yeah, sure. If you guys want to check it out, I'm Tizzy P on SoundCloud. I put out like a short little mini project. I got an MPC. Let me see if I can show you guys. It's like this thing that I've been like making music on. So yeah, I made the theme song. For those who don't know, I made the theme song for this channel. And you know, it's a bop. It's better than
I think
most music on Star
cool.
Wars because it's
it
all
might
for
be
babies.
too cool for us, but I love it anyway.
Yeah.
If we were to show this to like a grand Star Wars audience and it started with the theme song, they'd be like, "Holy shit, this might be like amazing," and they're like, "That was all right."
But you'd be playing it for a bunch of babies.
For a bunch of babies.
It's true. I will say, as like a new Clone Wars watcher, there was some points in it where I was just like, "Wow, this is like a corny Disney show." And then there's some points in it that are really fucking cool. You know what I mean?
So it was on Cartoon Network when it was still airing.
Yeah.
If that
it just gets some corny like kid show vibes sometimes to it.
It's targeted towards this, I mean, all of Star Wars per George Lucas is targeted towards 12-year-olds, but this feels more so than other Star Wars.
But I do like it. My favorite part, I think, is the intros with the guy talking. He's like, and now.
That's what I try to emulate as our intro.
Yeah.
Question on Geonosis.
Tudor, what were you saying?
I was gonna ask if did you guys start with the 2D one or just like the Genndy Tegarovsky one?
So the 2D one, the Samurai Jack animator, not technically canon. So I do want to watch it. It's cool.
Yeah.
But you know, once we get into Legend Balls, we could cover Clone Wars in 30 years.
What a name.
So I think we go all meta and keep the character Cara Dune alive and recast Ronda Rousey as Cara Dune.
I like that a lot. I mean, is it in the budget? Who knows?
What's she up to? You know?
Spending too much money on Crate Dragon CGI work, and you saw the budget for the Luke Skywalker CGI, so Around to be a haul, to say the least.
Yeah.
But.
Now, do you recast or do you guys let her get killed off?
I missed.
I would kill her.
Do you recast the character or let her get killed off?
Just kill her off. It's a galaxy far, far away. This is what I don't understand. Like, they don't take advantage of the fact that they've got an entire goddamn galaxy at their disposal. They can make up whatever they want. They got the money, they got the resources, yet they choose to just shove down member berries down our fucking throats. And
Shooter's got a point, though.
Do all this bullshit.
He's got a point. Like, if you look at Marvel has like they tend to follow comic books. Does Star Wars follow anything? I mean, they kind of have they have a idea, but I don't know if they don't follow actual stories.
Yeah, well, a lot of people think like they were books or something before they were movies, but they were movies. There have been novelizations made that like add to the movie, but they were movies. There are a lot of people who wrote about Star Wars in between like the original trilogy and the prequels, and even that some people like took as canon. Like there's a Darth Plagueis book that everyone loved, and Lucasfilms was like, yeah, sure, this is canon. But Disney was just like, nah, that kind of conflicts with some of the stuff we want to do. So there are all sorts of source material that they could use. A lot of it conflicts, but there's a lot of stuff people like. So
yeah, I don't know. I don't think it depends how essential she is to the actual Star Wars story.
Not at all. You could get away with not having Cara Dune. She was the she ended the show as the sheriff or something on Navarro.
Yeah.
We can never see her again.
She is, as a character, interesting, like a former rebel drop trooper. She's got like the tattoo on her face. The Imperial people hate her, have a record of her. I think that was a cool idea. Unfortunately, they cast a shitty person, and now they have to make a decision. Probably just kill her.
Yeah.
They could also just never mention her again.
There's a third option.
I was gonna say, like, she's just there now. She's just the sheriff.
Yeah.
Well, the problem is you've got Grief Cargo, Carl Weathers' character, hanging out on Navarro, who may come back, and
he can get on a spaceship and leave the planet, like meet them somewhere else.
I'm thinking maybe there has to be some sort of an attack on Navarro. You never mention Cara Dune, but then you could just imply in your own headcanon that's where she died.
It's a shitty show full of plot holes anyway. Nobody's gonna give a shit.
I like how anti-Mandalorian you are.
I hate it. It's an awful show.
It brings a nice, interesting balance to the podcast, though, I will say.
Also, I have to say, I saw the Luke Skywalker CGI. That whole scene made me so uncomfortable. It was so awkward. It was so awkward, and it was just forcing the fucking member berries down your throat.
Oh, I ate them up, Tudor.
It was so uncomfortable.
It was so
I'm
good.
getting riled up now.
Well, I'll get you riled up with Season 2, Episode 13, Voyage of Temptation. It is the second. I'm trying to get timestamps down here for the YouTube video. It is the second of the original Mandalore plotline. So the kind of plot arc, us ending last week on the plot of Mandalore, I think was the name of the episode. So we start with Duchess Satine heading to the Senate, trying to plead her case about allowing them to stay neutral. And we get a scene that's similar to Attack of the Clones with Anakin and Obi-Wan in an elevator, where this time Anakin's like, "You're a little flustered, Obi-Wan," because he's got a pass with Duchess Satine.
I just kept thinking about Wolf of Wall Street.
I actually haven't seen Wolf of Wall Street.
Oh, you haven't?
No.
Yeah, the dude calls his wife Duchess in that movie. I'm just like, I don't know. Continue.
Duchess is Sterling Archer's call name in Archer.
Oh yeah.
And he's named after his mother Mallory's dog, Duchess.
That's a great show.
Yeah.
Balls.
So that's what I think of. So the Satine's court on Mandalore may want some Republic protection. The Galactic Senate definitely wants to occupy Mandalore. Now, they are on Satine's ship on their way to the Senate, and there are some weird spider droids that someone's snuck aboard that start taking out some of the clones who are there to guard Satine.
Assassin droids, I think they call them, right?
Yeah, I think they did call them assassin droids. Assassin probes. That's
there
what
you
I
go.
wrote down.
Because that would be weird. Like, I would send a way better assassin droid than like a spider.
Their little effect where it created a bunch of little spiders was cool, but I feel like you need some DPS, some damage per second in there to really have a good attack, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, you got a good point. Like, they unleashed so many spiders, and how many people died? Not that many. Like,
well, a couple clones.
No, I think so.
Clones.
Yeah, I think clones are people.
Yeah, you're right. I'm with you there. Clones are people. We take a strong stance on this.
Clones' lives matter.
It was like that spider episode in Mandalorian too, which I wasn't even really a fan of that episode where he was eating
the worst episode of Mandalorian there is. That's what
I think Cara Dune supports Clone Lives Matter.
Oh, Cara Dune does not think Clone Lives Matter. Jesus Christ.
I don't think so. Oh man.
So Obi-Wan and Justice, I want to keep calling her Justice Satine. Duchess Satine are arguing about certain ideals. Obi-Wan thinks she's idealistic and it's not feasible to be a pacifist. Satine kind of calls out his Jedi views, but now he's a general and leading an army. Anyway, we get some backstory. Obi-Wan gives it to Anakin finally. Him and Qui-Gon spent a year on Mandalore protecting Duchess Satine from insurgents, so they got very close. Obi-Wan was still a Padawan, presumably.
Isn't it funny? That seems like a direct correlation to Anakin protecting Padme.
Yeah, it makes you wonder if Anakin actually went to Obi-Wan, if at least he could give some advice, but it came before.
What, like sex advice? Hey, Obi-Wan.
Yeah, it's like, how hard do you force choke? Like,
when you're using your Jedi powers to
don't be tempted by the dark side.
Is it a dark side power if it's in the bedroom?
Put it on the poll. Get Paul's podcast poll.
So mostly about the relationship and breaking the Jedi code is what advice he could have gotten. But you know, maybe Obi-Wan's got a bit more advice for Anakin than that.
You don't think little Obi has the moves?
I bet he did. That's why Satine's into him. We can tell.
Yeah, I can cut that tension with a knife
or a lightsaber.
There you go.
Anyway, so Anakin finds these assassin probes, and there's more than one. When you kill them, they hatch little spider babies, like I said. Obi-Wan's up with some of the senators to protect them. So Anakin and Obi-Wan assume someone in the room, or someone on the ship, planted those droids there, so there's a traitor amongst them. So Obi-Wan saves one of the little baby spiders to see who the traitor is, assuming it won't attack the actual traitor.
You're very clever, Obi-Wan.
That's right. Who wants to guess who voices him? You will never guess it, so I'll take one.
Whoever it is, it's so great, because I was thinking this. I'm like, it sounds just like him.
Does the name Greg Proops ring any bells?
No.
He is one of the rotating guests on Whose Line Is It Anyway? He's the guy with the glasses and the kind of puffy hair. He's not.
No way.
Yeah, he's not Colin McEnroe, he's not Ryan Stiles, and he's not Wayne Brady. Greg Proops. Look him up. Once you see his face, you'll be like, holy shit.
Do they still make that show?
Whose Line? No. It's on HBO Max. It did not age well. It is not funny anymore.
Oh my god. That's a classic, absolute classic show.
Yeah, so it's Senator Merrick of Mandalore, who is the traitor. He seems to be pro Death Watch, the bad guys of Mandalore. So Tudor, there are some insurgents on Mandalore called Death Watch. They're the bad guys. You could tell by their name.
They watch death because they caused it.
So Greg Proops takes Satine hostage, and he calls in for some reinforcements, some battle droids. I said join the ship. I think I meant board the ship. Satine, while being held hostage, confesses her love to Obi-Wan in order to distract Merrick. Obi-Wan says, if you would have said the word, I would have left the Jedi Order for you. Merrick's like, come on, all this lovey-dovey shit, and Satine kind of stomps on his foot and elbows him, and she's free of the headlock. Now Merrick is like, what are you gonna do, kill me? Obi-Wan, if you kill me, then Satine will hate you. Satine, if you kill me, you're a hypocrite. Anyway, Anakin sneaks up behind him and just stabs him through the chest.
It was a really good like that.
I was gonna say that is a perfect Anakin scene right there. They were just like, "Oh, which one of you bloodthirsty animals is gonna slay me down?" And then here comes Anakin, just like, "I'll do it."
Did someone say bloodthirsty animal?
That was great.
Obi-Wan's like,
Clone Wars Anakin is pretty badass.
Anyway, they make it to Coruscant. Satine and Obi-Wan have like a few words like, oh, was that true? And they're like, maybe. And Satine says she doesn't like Obi-Wan's beard. Does not want a mustache ride.
Yeah, I guess not. And his beard looked sharp in the cartoon too, you know?
Oh yeah, it was
Tudor's just like, damn it, I really wanted a shot with the Duchess.
Yeah, no, I guess, you know, she doesn't want any of what I'm giving.
She likes a clean shaved guy.
Yep. No stubble, no nothing.
Yeah.
So
all you guys came prepared.
Came prepared since 1994.
If you have any burning questions, feel free to hop in.
Me? I don't know. I'm kind of bored of the whole thing.
See, the thing is, the podcast isn't really about Star Wars. Ask whatever you want.
It's about the friendships you make along the way.
I tell you what, Tudor. Actually, I put up a Twitter poll. So there's 3 out of these 3 universes. You can keep one, and the other 2 disappear forever. Your options are Marvel, Lord of the Rings, or Star Wars.
Oh yeah, Star Wars out of the.
Which one do you keep? Oh, you keep Star Wars?
Oh, which one do I keep?
Yeah, and the other ones are gone forever.
It was Marvel, Lord of the Rings, or
Star Wars.
Huh.
Mine's gonna be Lord of the Rings.
Yeah, I was also probably gonna go with Lord of the Rings.
I think that's what I kick out. Have you guys heard my not theory, my assertion that the director of Lord of the Rings, it's Peter Jackson, right?
Yeah.
Is a racist.
No, I haven't heard that too.
A Cara Dune racist?
Look, it could be up there. Look at the cast of Lord of the Rings. There are no people of color. It's literally only white people.
Well, okay, but there's like no people of color in the Lord of the Rings either.
Did Tolkien specifically say and this character had white skin?
And there's like also no women in the Lord of the Rings either. Like Tolkien was not one for diversity in these stories.
So it's got to go.
Yep.
Cancel 2021.
Yeah.
All right.
But
so
Idris Elba would have been perfect for Lord of the Rings.
Idris Elba recast as Gandalf.
He's
interesting.
He's too young. He's got to be somebody like
So
older.
young.
Like Morgan Freeman or Samuel L. Jackson or something like that.
Yeah, Morgan Freeman as Gandalf would be something.
That'd be awesome.
How do you guys feel about me calling Samuel Jackson Sam Jackson?
I hate it. It's Sammy L. or it's nothing. Sam Jackson.
I don't know. You could got like, you know, it's like your friends, your buddies. Like, hey,
Exactly.
my boy Sam Jackson.
That's my
Yeah.
It's my boy Sam Jackson.
Sammy.
Episode 14, Duchess of Mandalore.
What? This is we only got through one episode.
Yep, 4 more to go, buddy.
Wait, what? No, on the Lord of the Rings diversity track, if you want to pick an ethnic actor to play Frodo, what do you pick?
Ooh, that's tough.
Michael B. Jordan.
I was just gonna say that.
What?
I like Michael B. Jordan as Frodo.
But he's way too handsome.
He is definitely a little handsome.
See that one?
How do you not go like Kevin Hart?
Is Keaton Thompson Samwise Tarly? Or Samwise?
Oh, Keaton Thompson would be the perfect
Samwise.
But I don't think Kevin Hart can really act. He just plays Kevin Hart.
Kevin Hart would not be in this movie.
Okay.
He's not that funny.
I've gotten sick of Kevin Hart.
Rock is Frodo Baggins.
But I don't want to step on. I don't want to step on Aaron and Wes's Lord of the Ring balls or Lord of Balls, whatever they want to call their eventual spinoff, because they love Lord of the Rings. So I'll say all my hot takes.
Like, God damn it! This is the week we took off.
The rest of my hot takes are for them.
That's funny.
Anyway, so Satine is at the Senate now, convincing them that Death Watch doesn't represent Mandalore, and that they should not occupy. They want to stay neutral and handle Death Watch themselves. Now, Count Dooku, we see speaking with the leader of Death Watch, something Vizsla. What's his first name? It's weird, Marty.
It's just pre-Vizsla.
Before Vizsla. And he basically says, hey, send an assassin, kill Duchess Satine, we'll get our occupation. So Dooku wants an occupation of Mandalore because it will basically make Death Watch the good guys. Mandalore doesn't want any involvement with the Republic, and if Death Watch can rid them of the Republic...
they're saying if they feel like there's a military presence on Mandalore that people won't feel free anymore, then Death Watch swoops in and is like, hey, get out of here, and then they're the heroes.
So
smart plan. That's a smart plan.
Dooku always playing chess.
It's like an underlying plotline of Clone Wars that I really like about kind of how societies can develop into a police state. It's really cool and thought-provoking, and I like that it was aimed at younger people. Anyway, Palpatine.
It's all for babies.
It's true.
Oh, cool. Baby doesn't want a police state? Goo got that.
That would have been a terrible live spit take right on my laptop.
Palpatine obviously is pro-occupation of Mandalore. He shows a video to the Senate of their deputy minister named Jarek. It basically looks like he's requesting Senate help, and he's trashing Satine. Unfortunately, Jarek died in a Death Watch attack, so he can't speak for himself or tell Satine.
They just found a way to make the name Derek douchier.
Jarek.
Hey, what's up, Mike? Jarek.
That's a good one. Good burp for the audio listeners.
No, it's actually Jarek.
There's Jerick McKinnon. He's a running back for. Is he still on the Niners, Marty?
He's a Niner.
He's probably going to be a free agent, I'd imagine. Though he's.
I think his career's probably over.
Yeah, he's hurt every year.
Oh boy.
Or he's a Giant. He could be a Giant. I tend to get like those guys.
Obi-Wan tells Satine not to make any decisions with her hysterical womanly emotions after the Republic seemingly wants to.
So Obi-Wan is also a sexist.
It seems like it. He's like, no, you're hysterical. Don't make any decisions right now. Satine.
Obi-Wan's like, is it the time of the month, Satine? It's
that's basically what happens. Satine is like, I should be fucking hysterical. You're gonna invade my planet. So
she's got kids.
Maybe it was Satine's time of the month, and if so, Tudor, you're wrong about being for kids, because that is not.
It's totally material, talk, dude.
Is she a human or like an alien creature? Because they may not even menstruate. Humanoid, or
are they? Is human like technically a Homo race sapien. In Star Wars? I don't know.
What
are they called? Humans? I should probably know this, but
the race in Dungeons and Dragons.
Basically, what my argument is, if she's not a Homo sapien, she might not have a menstrual cycle.
How do you know?
She's the Homo sapien.
Space travel affects it. Oh, we're getting too into. The thing about Star Wars is it's not sci-fi, so it doesn't play by science rules. It's high fantasy that happens to be in space.
That makes sense why we didn't have the Ahsoka Tano, developing into a woman episode. That makes a lot of sense.
A woman, Ahsoka. Obi-Wan gives the sex ed.
You have to talk with your Padawan.
I'm gonna be here too. He plays like a really old video, and it's Yoda when he's like 20.
It's Yoda. It's baby Yoda, just it's like talking about fallopian tubes and shit.
Oh man.
So, every Jedi Master gives their Padawan the talk someday.
Anyway,
about the birds and the midichlorians.
Satine hops in a speeder that is sabotaged by the assassin that Vizsla hired, and it crashes. Luckily, Satine jumps out and survives. Palpatine says, well, we can't really investigate because there's no evidence of any tampering. While Satine is meeting with Palpatine, he sneaks a Senate vote through, and they vote to occupy. But Satine has some allies on Coruscant, pulls some strings, gets a contact who has the original recording of Jarek, and the one Palpatine showed has been doctored. Jarek is anti-occupation, says Satine's a great ruler, let's handle Death Watch herself.
Yeah.
Palpatine, man.
Suck it, Council.
Nobody sees it coming. The Jedi are like, yeah, Palpatine, good guy. Chancellor we trust.
So Dooku convinces Pre-Vizsla not to invade Mandalore just yet. The time will come. And that is the end of the first Mandalore arc. Let's hop into episode 15, Senate Murders.
I liked this one.
This one tickle your fancy, Tudor?
Murders?
Senate murders.
First of all, I liked the investigator.
SpongeBob.
His voice.
Can we have those in real life?
We'll get
Sorry. I got excited.
So, Halle Bertoni. She is the senator of Camino. I guess Camino got a seat after they made all those clones. And she wants to increase the production of troops, obviously, that, helps her position. Padme and her coalition are wanting to cut military spending, but Padme can't seem to whip the votes and get this turned down. Her buddy Uncle Ono is back, who was from the the episode, what was it called? The Gungan Jedi or something?
Darth Jar Jar.
The Darth Jar Jar.
Whatever it was, Jar Jar Binks is like a Jedi.
Yeah, exactly. So it's the guy from that episode. I think, I never looked this up, but I think the woman with them is Mon Mothma. It's like a young Mon Mothma. Anyone want to?
I think it is too. I also thought it was.
I can't confirm because I don't know who that is.
Mon Mothma is like the real.
You ever see Godzilla? It's the giant butterfly.
That's Mon Mothra.
I appreciate the effort.
Mon Mothra.
So Nick, it is the short-haired redhead lady in A New Hope who seems to really be leading the rebellion. She like gives the speech about the Death Star. Is like, oh, you've got.
Oh yeah. Here. Okay.
That's
yeah. Now you're talking about. Roger. Spark the old brain plugs.
So, Padme gives a speech to the Senate that gets thunderous applause about having more diplomacy, not more troops. This guy, Senator Dichi, is super creepy and waiting for her and calls her unpatriotic.
What a Republican.
Yeah,
I was gonna say, what happened to him too? Like, with the rest of that.
What was that, Nick?
He had nothing to do with the rest of that episode.
Well, something does happen to him. So, Bertoni, the Camino senator, shows up to a meeting with Padme and her people against military spending and just says, hey, what's up? And they're like, can you please leave our meeting? And she's like, fine. And then almost immediately, Uncle Ono dies of poisoning. So,
Russia.
What's up, Tudor?
I said, what is this, Russia?
Yeah, you just have the wrong political views.
I'm provocative.
We're a bear on unicycle away from it being Russia.
They poisoned their vodka martinis and he just dropped dead.
So Palpatine summons a couple of the senators in the room, Padme and Lolo To, who was like the mentee of Uncle Ono from the same planet too, to meet a Lieutenant Devo who is voiced by Tom Kenny. Now you guys could show your excitement.
Yeah,
I'm ready. All right.
Tom Kenny is in every single cartoon.
You're right.
I don't think there's like one single cartoon like that Tom Kenny hasn't at least done like additional voices for.
Most famous for
this doesn't make it stand out.
Ice King.
Ice King from
exactly.
Oh, check out my mug. It's a Spirited Away Adventure Time crossover mug.
That's pretty cool.
And there's the Ice King as Yubaba.
I don't know Spirited Away, but I'm excited for you.
It is dope. Better than this show for babies.
What would you call your Spirited Away podcast if it was under the Canon Balls umbrella? You've got to somehow throw balls or canon in there.
Spirit Balls.
I think that might be a Dragon Ball Z podcast, though.
Dang it.
No, that'd be Spirit Bomb. Never mind. Spirit Balls is open.
My Neighbor Cannonballs.
Is that like My Neighbor Totoro?
Yeah.
All right, all your videos are frozen. All right, we're back. Cool. Let's see, where were we? So, SpongeBob is going to investigate this murder. Padme decides to try to delay a vote on military spending to investigate Uncle Ono's murder. She meets with Senator Dichi, the creepy guy, to basically accuse him and Bertoni of murder. And they say, no, just him opening his mouth helps us fundraise because their constituents hate Uncle Ono. So they wouldn't kill their best fundraiser. Now, it turns out Dichi, the creepy guy, was paying someone to follow him to get some dirt and lets them know about some sort of secret meeting he had at the docks. So Padme and Bail Organa head down to the docks and almost immediately get shot at by somebody. The shooter escapes as the police show up. SpongeBob Devo Pants is annoyed about the interference in the investigation, but kind of just lets them run off on their next lead. So Padme and Bail Organa now suspect Senator Dichi, who led them to this meeting spot. But when they show up to his office, he is dead in his chair. Now,
Twist.
Bertoni. What a twist.
I like this murder mystery setup they had for this episode.
It's just missing Adam Sandler and Jennifer Aniston.
I think, like, I started watching Clone Wars.
Where's Drew Barrymore?
I started watching Clone Wars at the start of 2020, and I think I stopped, like, maybe at the start of season 3, so I remembered who the murderer was, but I remember being caught off guard the first time. Anyway, they suspect Bertoni is the only other one who knew where they were going, and she is missing.
It's Tom Kenny's character, isn't it?
I wish.
That would have been something. That would have been a twist.
Now, Lolo claims Bertoni attacked her while they're talking to the lieutenant. So they go and find Bertoni. She says she's innocent. And then Padme kind of figures out it was Lolo who poisoned Ono because she would have been poisoned by the same drug Ono was poisoned because they're the same alien race.
This sounds like a fucking trippy Jimmy Buffett song. Lolo, poison Lolo with the fucking
Lolo Toe with the Uncle Ono.
Yeah, it's just like a weird Jimmy Buffett song. Yeah.
They call the Popo.
Yeah, continue your story.
I just have one more note. After all that bullshit, the motion to create more clones passes.
Yes, it does.
They lost 2 senators of their votes, one due to murder, the other due to being arrested for murder.
But I thought about this. I'm like, so Padme makes a speech. Like, not everyone speaks the same language. How does it get like conveyed to everyone? Like,
translate for them.
What translated?
The little floaty chairs they're in, the little floaty discs in the Senate chamber, those translate for sure.
It's just Tom Kenny just telling him.
It's all
just
Tom
doing the
Kenny voice.
My favorite are the guys whose heads are like sloped up a little bit and their mouths are on the sides. They can't like speak a lick of English or whatever you call it.
I'm not quite sure which guys you're talking about.
I don't know how I'm going to type this into Google, but continue going.
Episode 16, Cat and Mouse. You almost made it through the show for babies, Tudor. You're almost good. There is little fun fact. Clone Wars, the episodes are not chronological as far as the Star Wars timeline. So Cat and Mouse technically happened before the animated Clone Wars movie, which starts on Christophsis. Not that fun, but there you go. So
that made more sense to me. So I kind of felt like it jumped back or something. Yeah. It jumped somewhere.
Anakin has not met Ahsoka yet. He does not know he has a Padawan. This is technically, chronologically, the first episode. So there is a blockade over the planet of Christophsis, which shows up in a couple episodes. The episode where there's an imposter clone, where they fight the Ventress. Is Marty looks super frozen to me? Well, maybe I think
he's on my screen. I've been frozen, so I don't know.
Good.
I think I got to do something on my end. Just a sec.
I was also looking up Athorians in the meantime, and see if I can find a good picture.
Oh, that's me. Sorry, I have these sources labeled Marty, Aaron, Wes, and none of them match up right now, obviously. So, blockade of Christophsis. It's not said in the series why the Separatists are so interested in Christophsis, because I guess it's kind of Outer Rim. But Christophsis has a lot of Kyber crystal on it, so you can make the jump that they're collecting it for Death Star production, because the Death Star laser uses Kyber crystal. Anyway, Bail Organa is trapped on the planet. He is there to provide humanitarian aid, and the Separatists are attacking Bail Organa, basically. Anakin and Obi-Wan are there to break the blockade. Obi-Wan has a new toy, a stealth ship. It turns invisible and is probably not detectable by scanners. Probably
not. It's the first test.
So there is this guy in the Separatist ships named Admiral Trench, who kind of looks like a humanoid tarantula face guy.
I was gonna say, again with the spiders. There's hella spiders in the Star Wars universe.
Nobody will get the reference, but Cody Brown would not love these episodes.
Cody Brown hates spiders? I did not know this.
He hates them as much as Joe Vella hates main female leads.
What's up, dude?
I'd say it could be like crabs. You know how like creatures they found like keep evolving into crabs? There's like 6 different species of crabs. Maybe in Star Wars, everything just ends up evolving into spiders.
Like that's the final in the evolutionary chain. It's spiders.
Yeah, well, it's just like, you know, it's like the bubble theory, you know, like everything, like
it's the perfect biological form of spider.
Exactly.
This
8 legs
isn't even my
and
final
eyes.
form. So Admiral Trench was thought to be dead. Admiral Yularen, the guy who does the intro, is actually a character in the show. Basically talks about how great a commander Admiral Trench was, and we should be careful. Trench tries to draw out the Republic ships to run into his blockade by bombing the surface of the planet. So Anakin, while he's in his sneaky ship, instead of going to the planet's surface like he's supposed to, decides he's going to attack Trench head on. So Trench has these torpedoes that he uses. What does he use? It was like the magnetic signature. Was that it? I didn't write it down.
Yeah, magnetic signature of the ship.
Yeah.
But I'm saying there wasn't a cloaked ship that was that small. So small ships don't have a big magnetic signature.
Yeah, so they were wondering if those torpedoes would work.
Apparently size matters. In Star Wars.
Anakin Anakin assumes that the torpedoes will follow him and leads the torpedoes right into Trench's bridge. And he wins the battle. I thought this episode was kind of lame, personally. So I didn't take many notes on it.
Yeah.
You guys feel the same?
Oh, the next one was better.
Yeah.
Tudor, what did you think of that episode? You liked it so much you dabbed? Interesting. No. I didn't think you were a big dabber, Tudor. I don't think those are cool anymore. Nick, you're the young one. Oh, never mind. He's dabbing. It is cool.
No, that was me.
I sneezed. I'm too old to dab. I don't know. I kind of like zoned out in the middle. There's too many like names I can't put faces to, or like, you know, alien colors and shapes to.
Yeah.
Except for spiders. I guess maybe I could just imagine all of them as spiders.
Yeah. Whatever gets you through it,
all
right?
spiders.
Yeah, they're all spiders with lightsabers and like little blasters. They build robots too. Like that's pretty cool. Spiders that can build robots. I wonder what kind of robots spiders would build. What kind of imaginations they have. What like would they? Because like we would build 8-legged robots. Maybe they'd be like, what if we build 16-legged robots?
You think they just double it, or would they square it? Would they go 64?
Oh yeah,
robots?
64 would be a good one.
They just create like a centipede.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I don't know why OBS keeps freezing you guys. It's actually really annoying.
Yeah, screw OBS.
It's like the worst program.
Top 5 OBs.
We've done this one before, Marty.
OBS, Obi Toppin, Obi-Wan.
Oh, cool. I hope you guys just never come back in video. All right. Anyway, episode There it is. Episode 17, Bounty Hunters. The last of what we're covering this week.
Yeah, this was a cool one.
It was a cool one. So, we've got the Obi, Annie, Ahsoka team. They are investigating a medical station that was destroyed while orbiting Felucia. It was shot down by some vulture droids. Or no, they were shot down by some vulture droids while investigating. And they have to eject and land on the planet's surface. Now, they are looking for some civilization, and they find a village. And they're kind of looking around. I noticed that in the barn of the village, the ship that's there looks just like the Razor Crest.
It does, yeah.
It does look, yeah.
Here, I'm going to move you guys to a different screen because I think that might help.
And I liked the Darth Maul chick of the bounty hunters.
Oh, yeah, the Zabrak.
I just kind of liked her vibe. She was just like, yeah, I'm a bounty hunter, but that doesn't mean I can't protect these people too.
That's true, yeah. That's kind of like the moral of the thing is that, you know, they aren't in a position to maybe fight for the Republic or the Separatists. They have to fight for work, but they can still defend the good guys.
Yeah. We're just simple farmers.
We can't fight. I quit. So, Tudor, there's these farmers on the planet. They are farming psyllium or nicelin. It is basically poppies to make spice, which is Star Wars drugs. So these poppy farmers.
Tudor's like, I'm
it. It's not shrimp. like those Mandalorian farmers.
I like the shrimp farmers.
Everything about
that episode, though.
It was a bad episode.
Did you notice the voice actor for the main farmer?
No, who was it?
Do we have any Avatar: The Last Airbender fans?
He was a huge Avatar: The Last Airbender.
Uncle Iroh.
Oh, what? Like original Uncle Iroh?
Not original Uncle Iroh, because he died, right? So the other one.
Yeah.
What the hell?
Yeah. Okay. That's cool.
Because I heard the voice, I'm like, it's kind of interesting. If you look at the character, you're like, and then you think of Uncle Iroh, like, talking, it just doesn't match up because they're like these tiny little turtles. You're like, wait a second, that's Uncle Iroh.
Wait, so they're talking turtles?
Pretty much. They're like without the shell, though.
What the fuck just happened? There we go.
That makes me uncomfortable.
Like Nick and Brian, am I right? Like, would you consider them talking turtles with no shell?
I don't know, man. They got weird long heads.
Is it a turtle on a weird
where
long
their
head?
eyeballs were because their mouths kind of stretched back so far. I was like, their eyeballs on the back of their head? Are they in the front? What's their deal?
Are they turtly enough for the Turtle Club?
I wouldn't say they're turtly enough for the Turtle Club. I'm going to disagree with Marty. Not turtly enough for the Turtle Club. All right, so the village, the farmers need some protection. The age-old Star Wars story. So Annie, Obi, and Ahsoka are going to train the farmers to protect themselves so they don't have to hire the mercenaries to protect themselves. Now they meet
If you make
pirates.
us do this, there won't be another harvest.
Anakin just takes the hoe and just uses it like a bow staff, and they're like, "Oh, okay."
Like, see this rake? Use it as a weapon. So we see the head of the pirates who the farmers need protection from. And he is none other than Hondo, a character from another former Jar Jar Binks episode. It was when Obi-Wan and Anakin got Dooku captured, but then kind of failed to get him into their grasp. Hondo captured Dooku and tried to sell him off to the Republic.
I didn't see that episode, but I agree with you, Marty, that Hondo is a cool character.
Yeah.
He is one of the best. And fun fact, Hondo he's at Star Wars, whatever it's called, Star Wars Land in Disney World. So when you get there, like there is a live person dressed as Hondo who like introduces himself. And
Marty, having seen
like
all
the
of
guy.
Clone Wars, can I expect more Hondo?
Oh, absolutely. He's in Rebels too. He's in everything. Or he's in all the animated.
Hondo, great pirate. Yeah. You may be the worst space
and
pirate
he's that
I
same
have
thing.
Ever
He's a Loki character. He's just a Loki character where he's.
Sorry, I had to do my Pirates of the Caribbean joke over you.
Did you want to do it again?
Yeah, I got you. You may be the worst space pirate I have ever heard of, but you have heard of me.
I saw a good one the other day, Super Bowl reference. It was the scene where Captain Jack's just getting chased on the beach by like those thousands of people. It was Patrick Mahomes in the Super Bowl.
That's really good, actually.
But yeah, anyways, Pirates of the Caribbean balls.
Oh, I want pirate balls at some point.
Yeah, anyway. Actually, one of my things lately, I've been getting into sea shanties. There's like Spotify's got like some dope playlists of sea shanties.
Ever since Elon Musk was like, yeah, it's like my favorite kind of music. Spotify's like, I'm on it.
Oh, really? I didn't know. I just like they recommended it to me one day, and I'm just like, okay.
Yeah, I saw Elon tweet one day. He was like, yeah, sea shanties are like the best kind of music, and he was like posting it.
He must have just been playing like Assassin's Creed Black Flag a lot. So in that game, you can collect sea shanties.
Dude, they're super cool. I will agree. I like them.
Yeah.
So the pirates are gonna attack. Obi-Wan can't bribe Hondo to just leave them alone. He won't take Republic credit. Cue Wes Watto impression. So there's kind of a shitty training montage. We've made fun of one of the farmers who whines and quits, but Anakin has them all like in a line, swinging their rakes around their hose, and they end up provoking an attack from the pirates. It starts to go pretty well. The mercenaries, the Jedi, the farmers are all working well, take out a lot of pirates. But old Hondo quotes himself and says, well, I guess he says it, and then now I'm quoting him. Speak softly and drive a big tank. And he rolls up with a big tank. He starts shooting at the village, but Anakin kind of sneaks up there, gets him out of the tank, wins the fight, and he's hanging from the edge of the cliff. And Anakin saves him. And then Hondo, wily old man, just kind of shoves Anakin, and they shoot at him with the tank, his little parrot monkey thing. He has the monkey that Jabba has that laughs. He's like, ah! You know what I'm talking about? It looks like a weird Muppet.
I don't, but I like your laugh impersonation of it.
Look him up.
It's like, what's the dog from Muttley? It's like that.
Oh, yeah, from Wacky Races.
Yeah.
So Hondo escapes. Luckily, we get more Hondo. He had one of those weird Grievous guard staffs with the little electrical things at the end. I thought that was cool. Hondo did. So I don't know where he got that or why. But they are lightsabers.
Dude, Hondo, mysterious man, pirate of the galaxy, get from anywhere.
Yep.
Has connections.
He decides extorting these farmers is no longer profitable, and he escapes.
That's, I think, exactly what he says before he escapes as well.
I love to quote me some Hondo.
This is no longer profitable.
He goes.
So, boys, that's all we have for this week. Quick thank you for joining me, stepping in, our backups, Tudor and Nick. Quick thoughts. What did you guys think of the episodes? Tudor, do you want to rant first or last?
Well, I mean, I'll go first. I thought they were okay, and
that's high praise.
Honestly, since he hates Star Wars, okay is like one of the best compliments you could get.
I don't know. Honestly, I'm trying to think of something funny to say, but I like things are escaping. I didn't watch.
And you went first.
Honestly, yeah. Honestly, like they you know.
You want to go back to the Anakin's conversation of what ethnicity?
We can take that one offline. This one
actor.
Yeah. We can go about talk about ethnicities and proper ways.
No, racist directors was the start of that conversation.
Is Peter Jackson
top 5 racist directors as far as how racist they are? Peter Jackson has to be up there. Awful.
Yeah. But yeah, somebody else can go. Star Wars is for babies.
I just want to hear from the people who haven't seen Clone Wars before. No offense, Marty.
Yeah, these are my first episodes of Clone Wars, and I don't know why I put off watching it for so long. Because as I was saying before, there are corny parts of it. Because it's a cartoon that I would assume, as Tudor so lovingly put it, is directed to babies.
It's a baby show for babies.
Yeah.
This is also coming from the guy whose favorite TV show is Adventure Time.
Which is a baby show for babies.
That is also a show for babies, but it's just like way more imaginative,
way more Tom Kenny,
better. Yeah, and way just better done than anything after the original 3 Star Wars movies.
Yeah, my final consensus is I would definitely keep watching. Is what I would say.
All right.
You put a good point on it that it just has quality things in there enough where you're like you can make connections to like different movies and different shows and you're like cool.
And there are some interesting topics that they bring up for these babies to think about. Like I mentioned, police states. They do kind of bring up what sort of rights do clones have? Like how do we feel about the clones who are basically just raised and brainwashed to fight and die? Like there's some cool concepts that they bring up that does fill in some fun Clone Wars gaps or some fun prequel gaps that they maybe could have addressed or maybe
not to mention Mandalorian gaps.
Yep, some
if you're
dark saber stuff.
If you're Nick, you watch the Mandalorian and you're like, I don't know what a dark saber is. I don't know who Ahsoka Tano is. Ahsoka Tan or whatever you want to call it. You'll get Bo-Katan too. You get Bo-Katan too. You'll get like them all. And you're like, oh, cool. You can make that connection. Bo-Katan.
Yeah, I definitely just mixed their names up. But I meant Ahsoka Tano for who. Yeah.
But then there's parts like it's a kid show, but then like a pirate's neck gets snapped by a bounty hunter, and you're like, what?
Yeah, there is some violence.
Yeah, which is like 10-year-olds.
I think like if there's Star Wars fans who are questionable about watching Clone Wars because it is a cartoon, like you get past it for some of the stuff you do watch in it. I think you get past that fact. You're like, it's worth it.
At the end of this, I think Marty and I might put together an essential Clone Wars episodes, and we'll do it in like arcs, like the Mandalore plot arc and stuff like that. I think my audience is directed to people who like Star Wars, maybe don't want to delve into the canon themselves, and just a casual listen.
I would love to meet our fans.
We'll see. We got our most views in the last episode. Who are they? All right. Well, anyone have a sign off? Marty, I think you're on the hook.
You gotta go for it.
Yeah, you got one? All right.
Happy Valentine's Day. I didn't get to plug my channel. Let me plug my channel first.
I'm sorry, Nick. I forgot to let you pimp your stuff.
I play Minecraft too. You follow me at NixCraft97, and that's with a capital X. So join me. All right, go ahead, Marty. Sign off.
As we always say to end the Cannonballs podcast, Marty.
Obi-Wan and Satine like it dirty.
Pull up! All crap, pull up!